Honorable Rajesh Jejurikar joins us for a quick chat on the sidelines of course, revealing the prices of the two new EVs. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. But before I come to the pricing, sir,
It's hard to get a quick chat with me. I'm so passionate about this. When I start talking, I don't stop.
no, but I will make sure that with paucity of time, we'll maintain a strict timeline, sir. But first question, of course, the numbers came out recently, sir, and we saw about 80 to 22% odd growth over the year and over the monthly numbers as well. What fueled that growth, sir, and how positive are you on the coming months, sir?
Chetan, thanks for bringing me back to earth. Uh, yeah, so it's been a good year for us. It's happened on the back of a series of products in our portfolio doing really well. We launched the 3XO in April. That was in a segment in which we were not doing very well with the product we had earlier. We came out with a really good product, which is the 3XO, cutting across multiple variants which appeal to different segments. So that product has really done well for us, and it continues to do well, even though it's not a segment in which customers like to wait, but we still have customers waiting and many new bookings coming in. Then in August we launched the Thar Roxx, and that's really got a very very good response. Uh, we do have to increase the capacity somewhat of that product because of the kind of response that we've got. And then Scorpio portfolio continues to do very well. The XUV 700 is doing very well. So, we've had the products which are already there doing well, but two big launches doing really well.
Also, sir, we recently saw that the company was recently given the prestigious status for the Dow Jones Index as well, the only Indian auto company to have those. So, tell us about that, sir, and what does it mean for an Indian auto company, especially Mahindra, to come into that list, sir?
We focused a lot, Chetan, on sustainability over the last many years. In fact, Mahindra has been focused on sustainability way before sustainability became a fashionable word, so to say. So I think it's a series of cumulative efforts on multiple things that we've been doing. A lot of it in our factories. We have a lot of usage of solar, zero landfill in many of our plants. So there are multiple things that we're doing on that, and we have been recognized very well on the Dow Jones Sustainability Index over time. But I think this time we've really done well, and globally we would be, I think, the number one auto company and number two, including auto components. So that's really good
Right,
recognition.
sir. And also, I'd like to take a. I know you won't give a forecast to me, but overall, the auto industry, sir, we saw a muted first half of this financial year. Now the second half is looking pretty well. What as per the sales is going on. How are you looking at the auto sector currently in this space, sir?
Yeah, so I firstly on the long term, I think India has a very strong auto story. Infrastructure that's coming up around the country will enable a lot of people to move in their vehicles, which would be a great enabler for growth. So, the Indian economy or the Indian market still has very low penetration of autos. So, when we look at the growth that India is going to see in GDP, increased prosperity, I think the auto story is a very, very strong story. In the short run, we had said, though we were not so impacted, the first of the year had elections, had extreme weather, heat waves to begin with, followed by very heavy rains, which carried on through. So and it was a base effect as well. So combination of these three things led to kind of slowdown in the first quarter. But things are for the industry looking up. We've, of course, like you started saying, with having a strong mid to strong teens double digit growth, which is what we were anticipating because of our new launches. And we would hope to end this year at that.
Of course, and with the prices, sir, you just revealed them. What do you have to mention about the BE6, which has been the most anticipated car, the most anticipated EV, launched at 26.9 lakhs. How are you at Mahindra seeing the prices? Do you think it would set apart with the competitors as well?
Yeah, I just want to say 2 3 points on this, Chetan. One is we've always wanted to launch lifestyle SUVs, uh, and that's what we focused on doing, starting with the event in Chennai. Um, and I think that's what's worked for us, and that's why these have become very aspirational products, which have got the content of put out by us and multiple people like you has got over 1 billion views. Anecdotally, I think what is interesting is in towns where we never thought we would sell EVs, or the dealers never thought that EVs can sell. All the dealers who are in phase two and phase three are all now saying we want to be in phase one.
Oh, is it the tier 2, tier 3 towns also showing this?
Yes, and I can name some because I interact with dealers a lot, and recently after the launch we met a bunch of dealers. I meet normally every month, 10, 15 of them. So towns such as Gulbarga, Kota, Tezpur, Raipur, yeah, are all towns who are saying they want to be in phase one because they're seeing a huge response. Uh, we also have to keep in mind that charging infra is not such a concern in tier 2, tier 3 towns, because many people have their own houses, and so it's easy to get a charging infra going. The products have very good range. So if you're getting a real world range of 500 kilometers, you don't really need to charge more than once a week. Put a charging thing in your house, and you're good to go. So actually, sometimes, and we always believe that great products create markets, and which is why what we've done today is really to say we're seeing a trend of premiumization. We want people to own a 79 kilowatt hour battery, which will take range anxiety away. We want people to experience luxury car features which you can't think you're ever going to get in your car. The features that we have here are, better than what high-end luxury, global cars have. So what we've done is come out with a finance package which really allows consumers at an EMI for the B6. You spoke about that, the pack 3 as we call it, to be available at an EMI of just 39,000 odd a month, which would have been what they would have paid for a pack 1 itself. And then for the XEV 9e to have an EMI of about 45,000 again, which is what they would have paid for. There's a ballooning at the end, but it's at the end of a 5-year tenure. So you can really experience something like this for a product like this. That's what we think is our role by way of democratizing technology and to leverage and enable consumers to experience the best.
And so the budget is here. What do you expect?
We'll leave that to you and many others who think about it. But we would like the growth momentum and the reform momentum to continue, and I'm sure the government will do that.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Joseph, for speaking to us. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.